How's it going, folks? This is your host Bill with NSPC3 coming at you with a very fun and interesting tournament fighter game on the original NES called TMNT Tournament Fighters. So as you might expect, if you've ever played any fighting game, whether it be Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, etc., then you probably know what you're up against. The only major exception with this is that being on the NES, the controls and the movesets are much more limited, with only having 2 buttons. That being said, it's still not that bad of a fighter game. I was pretty impressed when I first picked it up and played it. Gotta give it credit where it's due. Made by Konami, so you know you're gonna have some good quality with this. Alright, enough babbling. Let's get into the challenge and see what we got here. Alright, so the pro level challenge is asking us to go into the tournament mode and basically win it. We need to complete and beat the tournament mode without losing a single fight. Now, to be clear, that means that we have to win every single round. So if you think of like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, for instance, where there's 2 rounds to a fight on average, it's the same kind of concept here. So we have to win every single round, essentially, without losing any rounds. As hard as it seems, it's really not. I gotta be honest here, guys, I only picked this game up and played it about 3 hours ago. I'm not joking. And after only 1 practice playthrough, I was confident enough that I could go through and actually play and record this and beat it successfully. And needless to say, I did. Really, all I did was go online and look up a moveset from an online walkthrough, and I felt pretty confident after that. And I think you guys will feel the same way. This is a pretty simple game, as far as the tournament mode goes at least. You don't really have to pick any specific characters to get it done. The card is not that descriptive. So I just went ahead and picked Shredder, and I picked 3 other random Ninja Turtles for my computer opponents. So yeah, please excuse me if I look pretty repetitive in the movesets that I'm using here, but again, I'm just trying to complete the challenge as easily and as quickly as I can. Alright, enough said, hope you enjoy. Okay, so obviously I don't have a whole lot of experience with this game, but I do have a few things to say regarding the simplicity of it, the ease of the challenge, and things of that nature. So, based on my limited experience, what I saw online is that Shredder seemed to be one of the best characters to use. So I went ahead and picked him, and then I just chose 3 of the other random Ninja Turtle characters. It doesn't really matter. I went with Leo, Raph, and Mikey here. So it looks like our first match is going to be up against Leo. And you're going to see I'm just kind of getting a feel for the game here in this first round, this first fight. A lot of times in most fighting games, a decent strategy is to start off with a jump-in overhead attack. Most times the other character will try to do the same thing if it's an opponent, but with the computer you never know what they're going to do. And a jumping attack is usually a good strategy to start out with here. And really, it's just a lot of that going through. Throws are actually really good attacks in this game. They do some decent damage. Computer gets quite a few throws in. I get 1 or 2 in here. I don't know about this fight. Also, what you're seeing right now is a pretty unique addition to a fighting game for the time. And obviously, it's a little bit more in-depth ingrained now, but that is an interactable. Basically, if you pick that up, that allows you to throw a fireball special, like a Hadouken. And like I said, very nice thing. I wish that more fighting games would include that. I know that I'm trying to think of some other games that have it. A lot of the Mortal Kombat games, the Injustice game series have that now with the interactables, allow you to break through walls and pick up different items and weapons. But yeah, getting back to the fight here, another quick jump-in attack, and we're really going on the offensive here. Got a couple throws in. As far as the special moves go in this game, Shredder's got some pretty easy ones to use. If you keep mashing B, he'll get that Fury Fist, kind of like E-Honda's 100 hand slap, so that's pretty easy to use. Like I said, it does really good damage. And I keep getting caught with that jump-in, although I'm not really too concerned considering the ease of this game. Leo's got a nice anti-air uppercut counter there, and I imagine all of the turtles act the same way. See, that was the interactable I picked up. I picked it up, used it, got the fireball, and the interactable dropped, allowing the other turtle or opponent to use it in return, which is also pretty cool. I don't think modern fighting games do that, even the ones that do have the interactables. So we got the victory. Leo's toast. We're waiting for the victor of Raph and Mikey. As far as this goes, it's not really necessary to watch this fight, so if you don't really care, just go ahead and skip ahead. See you guys in the tournament finals. Alright, Raph manages to pull out the victory over Mikey, and based on what I've seen, it looks as though he's going to be quite a bit tougher than Leo, looking at his moveset. Heck, I think even Mikey would have been tougher than Leo. But here we are in the finals. As you can see, the tournament mode, unfortunately, is only 2 battles long if you want to win, so that is a definite downside compared to games like Super Street Fighter 2 on the SNES, which you have to win 3 fights. And here we go. I've become a little bit more adept with the moves since the first fight I had with Leo. I know how to use that ground shockwave pretty well now. I already used it twice. Look at that. Raph is almost gone after only 2 hits and a couple others. He's trying to go for the finish with that 100 hand slap, essentially. But Raph's got it dialed in. He knows how to counter. And look at him. He's biting me like Blanca. You gotta think, is this a blatant ripoff of Street Fighter? Now that I look at it, I think it may be, actually, with some of these moves. They're almost complete blatant ripoffs. Nice counter by Raph. And, like I said, those moves, if you know how to pull them off with relative ease, you can win these matches with relative ease. So there we go. 1 round gone. 1 more, and we've completed the Pro Challenge here. So let's see how it ends. Raph going back to being that cheap Blanca ripoff. Getting 2 in a row on me here. And he falls right into that trap I set. A little torpedo move that was first introduced in TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project, so he maintains that special. Couple ground waves, falls from both. Look at that, I'm right back on top. That basically drained half of his life, and he falls for the 100 hand slap 1 more time, and that will make me the victor. And this is another Pro Challenge in the books. TMNT Tournament Fighter is now completed, and I will see you guys in the next video.